Good morning, students. Yesterday we had discussed about accounting, definition of accounting, functions of accounting, objectives of accounting, limitations of accounting, GAAP. Then I gave you a brief idea about accounting concept. Okay, and classification of GAAP, etc. Yes. I think all of you wrote all the non-contents in your note. And did you learn? Yes. Now let's move to new topic, important accounting concepts. We have discussed some accounting concepts. Now we are going to learn about important accounting concepts. Okay. See important accounting concepts: business entity concept, going concern concept, accrual concept, consistency concept, money measurement concept, and matching concept. Let's discuss the points one by one. First one, a business entity concept. Business entity concept. Accounting practice always consider a business as a separate entity and considers a business and its owner as different. According to business entity concept, business and its owners considered as separate entity. Business is an entity and owner is another entity. So, according to business entity concept, we are considering business is a separate entity and owner is a separate entity. Yes, let's move to next heading, going concern concept. Going concern concept. Any business starts with a presupposition of continuity. An individual is having certain lifespan, whereas in case of business, it is considered as continuing. The East India Company still exists today. I will repeat. According to going concern concept, any business starts with a presupposition of continuity. An individual is having certain lifespan, whereas in case of business, it is considered as continuing. The East India Company still exists today. So, students, according to going concern concept, a business firm will exist for an unforeseen period. Okay, it have a character of continuity. Okay, so the business concern will exist for an unforeseen period. So the business are following going concern concept. So all business starts with a presupposition of continuity. Continuing, business will continue. Okay. Next one, dear accrual concept. See the point. Business is a continuous process and the accounting statements are prepared on a particular date. It is obvious that there will be some incomplete transactions on a day. The accounting statements are drawn. These transactions need to be recorded in the accounting statements to reflect the true state of affairs of the business entity. According to accrual concept, we have to consider all those transactions happened in an organization. Okay. And for example, salary paid rupees 50,000. Yes, that is a transaction, no? Salary paid rupees 50,000. And consider year end March 31st. Salary payable rupees 1 lakh to the employees. Salary payable rupees 1 lakh to the employees, but salary paid rupees 50,000. So what is the balance amount to be payable to the employees? 50,000, no. 50,000 amount paid. Total salary payable amount rupees 1 lakh. So remaining 50,000 is there, no. So according to the accrual concept, we have to consider total 1 lakh rupees. Okay, we have to account total 1 lakh rupees in the account of salary. Okay, in the salary account we have to account total 1 lakh rupees as salary. Clear? That is accrual concept. Amount paid should be considered, amount payable should be considered, and same likewise amount received should be considered and amount receivable should be considered. Okay, according to accrual concept, amount pay or payable, amount received or receivable should be considered, should be recorded in the books of accounts. So that is accrual concept. See consistency concept. According to consistency concept, we have to be consistent for the preparation of account statements throughout the year. See the explanation. Accounting statements are prepared based on some preconceived idea and the same to be consistently followed. For example, a company estimates life of a machine being installed, say for X years. The rate of depreciation is decided based on that. The life of machine so decided will be constant throughout. See the explanation. Accounting statements are prepared based on some preconceived idea and the same to be consistently followed. So we are doing accounting work based on some ideas and we have to follow that principles, concepts, etc. throughout the year. Okay, we have to follow that principles and concepts consistently. Okay, year after year we have to follow the same thing. Otherwise, we cannot compare the financial statements. Okay, for example, a company estimates the life of a machine being installed, say for X years. So company decided a life of the machine for 10 years. Okay, and we have to consider that life of a machine 10 years 10 years constant. Okay, we cannot change the life of the asset 9 years, 8 years, 15 years, something like that. We have to consider the life of the asset 10 years consistently. Clear? Okay. See my another example. We are following written down value method for the depreciation calculation. So we have to follow that written down value method for next year. All year we have to follow the same method. Otherwise we cannot compare easily. We cannot find out the depreciation easily. Okay. For example, 2020 we are following return on value method. Same 2021 we have to follow the same method for the valuation of depreciation. 2022 we have to follow the same method, that is consistency concept. Okay. See next concept, money measurement concept. See the explanation. All the information in account should be recorded in monetary terms. All the assets and liabilities need to be converted money or money's worth. So, in case of accounting, we have to record all those transactions in terms of money. Okay, we have to record all those transactions in terms of money. We cannot record transactions other than in terms of money. Okay, for example, salary paid rupees 20,000. Yes, so salary paid 20,000. We valued that in terms of money. That is 20,000. We have to record the same in our books of accounts. That is money measurement concept. And one more example. In our business concern is having one table. How will we account the same? We have to account the same in our books of accounts. We have to pass one journal entry for the same. Okay, and we have to assess the value in terms of money. We have to assess the value in terms of money. Okay, so table worth rupees 2,000 something like that. Okay. Yes. Come to next concept, matching concept. See the explanation. In order to ascertain profit during the period, it is necessary that revenues of the period should be matched with the cost of the same period. It is the accounting principle that requires the expenses incurred during a period be recorded in the same period in which the related revenues are earned. This principle recognizes that business must incur expenses to earn revenues. While we are considering matching concept, we have to consider expenses and income of the financial year. Okay. While we are doing financial statements of a financial year, we have to consider assets, liabilities, income, expense, etc. No. So, while we are accounting income and expenditure, we have to consider the same financial year. Okay. In the same financial year, so it's supposed to incur many expenses and it's supposed to earn many income. So we have to consider all those income and expenditures for the same financial year for the preparation of final accounts. Okay, and for the accounting purpose. That is matching concept. For example, salary incurred worth rupees 50,000. Sorry, salary incurred for rupees 50,000 for the month of January 2020. Salary will be incurred rupees 15,000 for the month of April 2020. Okay. Salary incurred for the month of January 2020 and the salary incurred for the month of April 2020. While we are considering financial year 2019-20, we have to consider the expense of January month salary alone. We need not consider the expense April month. Clear? That is one example. See my another example. Sales value received rupees 20,000 for the month of March 2020 and interest on loan received in advance, not advance, receivable. Interest on loan will be receivable for the month of April 2020, 2,000. While we are considering financial year 2019-20, we have to consider the income of sales value rupees 20,000 for the month of March alone. We need not consider interest income will be earned on April 2020 because that is not included in the current financial year. So according to matching concept, we have to consider all those expenses incurred for the financial year same financial year and all those income earned for the same financial year alone. We need not consider the income for another financial year for this financial year. Okay. Yes, students, we can discuss some more accounting concepts also. Next one, accounting period concept. For the smooth running of business, regular and periodic evaluation has to be made. Therefore, the infinite life of business is broken down in short periods, normally of 12 months. Say 1st April to 31st March. This is time interval is known as accounting period. At the end of each accounting period, a profit and loss account is prepared to find the profit earned by the business. According to Luca Pacioli, books should be closed each year, especially in a partnership, because frequent accounting makes for long friendship. Accounting period concept makes difference between expaid and unexpaid cost, outstanding and prepaid expense, accrued and advanced income, and revenue and deferred revenue expenditure. In India, we follow a year starting from April 1st to immediately following March 31st. So, students, according to accounting period concept, we are considering a period. Okay, we are considering a period for the running of business smoothly. Okay, for example, 1st April to 31st March. Financial year. In India, we are following this financial year, 1st April to 31st March. So, in that particular financial year, we will consider all those transactions happened in that financial year, and we will consider the related transactions also depending on that financial year. Okay. We are following accounting period concept for the preparation of final accounts, profit and loss account and balance sheet, etc. For the smooth running of the business and to aware about the profit or loss incurred for the current financial year or the financial position on that particular period or particular day, etc. We are following this concept. Clear? Yes, I will repeat the explanation again. Write down all of you. Accounting period concept. For the smooth running of business, regular and periodic evaluation has to be made. Full stop. Therefore, the infinite life of business is broken down in short periods normally of 12 months, say, 1st April to 31st March. Full stop. This time interval is known as accounting period. Yes, it's over. Come to next concept, cost concept. Cost concept. According to this concept, all transactions are recorded in the books of accounts at actual price involved. This price is called cost. If the business purchases a machinery for rupees 1 lakh, the asset would be recorded in the books at rupees 1 lakh, even if the market price increased to 1,10,000. This cost is the basis for all subsequent accounting for the asset. Students, listen here. According to cost concept, we are recording all the transactions at actual price involved. We should not consider market price for recording the transaction. Clear? According to cost concept, we are recording the transactions at actual price involved. Actual price involved. Consider this example. Machinery purchased worth rupees 1 lakh, and we record the same in our books of accounts. Machinery account debit, cash account 1 lakh. Okay. Now the market price increased to 1,10,000. So now the market price of machinery increased to 1,10,000. Is it required to record machinery 1,10,000? No. According to cost concept, we have to record machinery on at cost price, at actual price, that is 1 lakh. Okay. So machinery account debit to cash 1 lakh. That's all. Okay. So this cost is the basis for all subsequent accounting for the asset. Okay. While we are calculating depreciation for the coming years, we would consider this cost. Okay. Yes. Write down. Cost concept. According to this concept, all transactions are recorded in the books of accounts at the actual price involved. Full stop. This price is called cost. Full stop. This cost is the basis for all subsequent accounting for the asset. Okay. Yes, come to next one. Dual aspect concept. Okay, stop writing. We'll discuss the point first, then we can write. Dual aspect concept. Okay. This is the basis of concept of accounting. According to this concept, every transaction has two aspects. These two aspects are receiving of benefit and giving of that benefit. These two aspects should be recorded. Thus, at a given point of time, total benefit received should be equal to total benefits given. That is, for example, X starts business with rupees 2 lakh. In this transaction, there are two aspects. On the one hand, the business has an asset or benefit received. At the same time, business, separated from the proprietor, is liable to pay rupees 2 lakh to the owner, benefit given. This is because of this concept that the total equity is always equal to total assets of the business. This may be expressed in the form of an equation: capital equal to total assets minus liabilities, or total asset equal to capital plus liabilities, or total asset equal to total liabilities from the point of view from the point of business. Capital also is a liability. So, dual aspect concept. Listen, children. All the according to this concept, there are two aspects. All the debit aspect is having alternative credit aspect. Okay. All the debit aspect is having alternative credit aspect. Okay. So, consider this example. X starts a business with rupees 2 lakh. X starts a business with rupees 2 lakh. While we are analyzing this transaction, 2 lakh rupees comes in our business. Okay. And while we are analyzing from the point of view of business separated from its proprietor. No. Business needs to repay that amount to the owner. Business needs to repay that amount to the owner. So that is capital. X bring capital rupees 2 lakh. That is cash comes to our business. Okay. Cash received to our business. Okay. And total benefit, that is 2 lakh rupees, comes to our business. And from the point of view of business, this 2 lakh rupees needs to be repaid to the owner or proprietor. So this 2 lakh rupees needs to repay by the business to the proprietor in future. So it is a liability. So here debit aspect is cash bring to our business. Credit aspect is capital, that is liability, should be repaid to the owner by the business in future. Okay, so thus at a given point of time, total benefits received should be equal to total benefits given. Total benefits received 2 lakh, total benefits given 2 lakh. Okay, clear? That is dual aspect concept. See this equation: capital equal to total assets minus liabilities. Capital equal to total assets minus liabilities, or total assets equal to capital plus liabilities. Or total assets equal to total liabilities. This is from the point of view of business. Capital is also considered as liability. Okay. Yes, write down dual aspect concept. This is the Basic concept of accounting. According to this concept, every transaction has two aspects. Full stop. These two aspects are: first one, receiving of benefit. Second one, giving of that benefit. Full stop. These two aspects should be recorded. Full stop. Thus, every debit aspect is having alternative credit aspect. Next one, realization concept. According to this concept, revenue is recognized when a sale is made or a service is rendered to customers, whether it is a cash sale or a credit sale or an installment sale. This means that revenue realization does not necessarily mean that revenue must be realized in cash. If a firm transfers or sells goods in March and receives cash in May, revenue will be considered as earned or realized in March when the goods are transferred. Realization concept is also known as revenue recognition concept. Listen students, this is realization concept, one of the important concept. This concept is also known as revenue recognition concept. Okay, and according to this concept, when the income is realized, that we can record it the same in that time in our books of accounts. For example, X sells goods to Y for the month of March, and the cash realized on April. But we can include this credit sale in our books of accounts in the month of March. Okay, and if it is installment sale, or if it is cash sale, or if it is credit sale, we can consider the same in that transaction happened month. Okay, and we can consider the sales transaction, we can record the sales transactions in our books of accounts when the goods were transferred. Okay, so according to realization concept, revenue is recognized when a sale is made or a service is rendered to customer, whether it is cash sale, credit sale or installment sale. Okay. Yes, write down your note content. Realization concept. According to this concept, comma, revenue is recognized when a sale is made or a service is rendered to customers comma, whether it is a cash sale comma, a credit sale or an installment sale. Full stop. This means that revenue realization does not necessarily mean that revenue must be realized in cash. Full stop. This concept is also known as revenue recognition concept. Okay. Yes, over. Then come to next concept, objectivity concept. Objectivity means a material thing that can be seen or touched. So there must be some evidence or proof regarding financial transactions. According to objectivity concept, each recorded transaction in the books of accounts should have an adequate evidence to support it. This means that transactions should be recorded on the basis of documents such as vouchers, receipts, invoices, etc. When the accounting records are based on documentary evidence, it would be easy to verify them. Students, according to objectivity concept, we have to record all those transactions happened in our organization based on some bills, vouchers, documents, etc. Okay, if there is no supporting documents, we cannot verify it easily. So while we are doing accounting work, we have to consider supporting documents for the same. Okay, supporting documents such as vouchers, bills, invoices, and any other documents we can consider as supporting documents. Okay, it would be helpful for verify easily. Okay, yes. Write down objectivity concept. According to this concept, each recorded transaction in the books of account should have an adequate evidence to support it. Full stop. Full stop. This means that Transactions should be recorded on the basis of documents such as vouchers, receipts, invoices, etc. Okay, I think I think you got a brief idea about accounting concepts. We learned all the concepts: business entity concept, money measurement concept, going concern concept, accounting period concept, cost concept, dual aspect concept, realization concept, matching concept, accrual concept, objectivity concept. I gave you notes for some concept alone. You can write down other notes based on the slides. Okay, you can refer slide and you have to complete your note contents. You have to learn the same. If you have any doubt, ask me in our next live class, or you can pass the same in comment box, and then you have to post the same. Then only I can see the same, and I will reply for the same. Or else you can ask your doubts in coming live class. Okay, we will see in next live class. Okay, thank you children.